So I just finished exercising and now I'm gonna stretch. I usually stretch every day after I do some sort of exercise. Today was the elliptical. So usually as we're doing yoga classes, I'll point out different stretches that I do on my own in my daily stretch, but I've never really showed you guys my whole sequence of daily stretch. So I'll go through it with you today. Just to show you what I do, I'll move a little quicker than I normally would do on my own, so you don't get bored. But we'll start out, so start out laying on your back. Legs are long. We'll just go this through, cueing it like I do a yoga class. Pull your right knee to your chest and wrap your hands around your knee, your shins, or your ankle, wherever works for you. Just pull that knee up towards your collarbone. Flex your feet. And curl up, nose towards your midline, stretching out your back. Lower your head and lower your leg. Left leg comes to your chest. So usually I hold this for a good while, but not today. And again, flexing your feet, placing your hands wherever works, and curl up, nose towards your knee. Lower back down and lay that left leg long. Then pull both knees to your chest. You can wrap your forearms around your knees or just hold on with your hands. Flex or don't flex your feet, it doesn't matter. You can rock side to side. I know some of you absolutely hate to do this. And some of you give it a try, why not? And then come back to the middle, nose towards your knees, stretching out your back. Then cross your ankles, come forward to sit. Have your legs long on your mat and flex your feet. So if it's difficult for you to sit with your legs up straight, with your back up straight, now your legs are already straight, you can get a blanket and raise your hips up on a blanket, and that helps. I'll move it aside today. So flex your feet, fold forward, let your back round, and stretch your back out, the backs of your legs. Just a forward fold. This is an easier version. If you don't have any neck problems and you don't have back problems, well, we won't go through that today. This is an easier version. Then come on up, put your legs into a wide V. I like to press my hands behind my hips, kind of drag forward a little bit. Flex your feet, sit up tall. Again, if it's tough to sit up tall for you with a straight leg, get a blanket underneath your hips. Turn toward that left or right leg, doesn't matter, and fold forward. Then I like to put my hand on my foot, bring my left hand back, so right hand's on left foot, and stretch, do a twist as I fold. And hold that for a good long while, but we'll move on. Then come on up, fold over that right leg. Again, hand can reach. Line your body up midline with that leg. Then maybe bring your left hand to your right foot. Bring that right hand back behind. And fold. And then you come on up and come down the middle. So you can just rest on your hands. Keep your feet flexed. Rest on your hands. If this is a good stretch, you can come down to a block. Or you can come down to your elbows. And hold that for a while, stretching those hamstrings that are more towards your inner thighs. And come on up. So I like to grab a block. If this is too much, you can get a blanket and just roll up a blanket to lay on it. You'll line it up with your small of your back. So let me show you first kind of with a blanket. You'll just lay on it and have a little back bend as you lay. Or I get a block. So you can put it at its lowest height, line it up at the top of your pelvis, and lay back on it. Kind of readjust, then let your booty hang down to the floor, back bend. Or if you really want to go a little higher, you can bring it up to that middle height on your block, really readjust. So that edge of the block is at the top of your pelvis. And come to your back, arch your back, booty hangs down to the mat, and head hangs down. This is a nice stretch for your QLs, your quadratus lumborum. And then you come out, especially if you're on the higher height. I bring my feet out and I scooch back so I'm in a supported bridge. Press into my feet and lower down. Then come on up. For the next part, I take off my shoes because I like to do some different stretches that shoes, I think, for me, get in the way, so I get more yoga barefoot. Soles of your feet will come together, so bound angle. Soles of your feet are together. I bring my hands behind my hips. Instead of bringing feet to hips, I bring hips to feet. Press in and bring hips to your feet. Then bring your hands in closer. Press your knees down, bound angle. You can also cup your hands around your toes, or you can do a yogi toe lock, where they take the index and middle finger and your thumb, put index and middle finger between your toe, big toe and second toe, and wrap your thumb and fold forward. With as flat of a back as you can, bound angle. And then whenever you're done with that, come up. And I like to do a double pigeon. So let me show you from the front so you can see my legs, but there are options for this. So for me, I do a double pigeon. If this is a lot, you can put a block in front of you and bring one foot on top of the block. You can also put a blanket under your knee and bring one foot to one leg, flex that left foot to support. Up to you. But so I put my left foot on the left leg on the bottom first, right leg on top. Both feet are flexed, ankle stacks over left knee. I put a block in front, sit up tall, maybe fold forward with that flat back. Again, try to have a flat back. And hold that as long as you want. And then switch it out. So now right leg will be parallel to that front of your mat. Left ankle crosses over that knee. Again, sitting up tall. You'll let it stretch for a little bit. Your knee might come down a little lower and fold forward until you're comfortable and done with that. All right, quadriceps. So depending on how your knees feel, I tuck a foot behind me, readjust so your booty's on the mat. I like to lay back on a block, and so I have a block there. Come down onto an elbow first, if you want to try that. This might be it for you. You can bend your right knee and have your left foot tucked behind you, and this might be where you want to hang out. Or you can come down to an elbow, both elbows. You can cross your right ankle on your left knee and come on down to a block. And if you're super flexible, some people have absolutely no problem just laying on their back. I cannot do that. But so this is as far as I go. And I hold this for a good while, feeling this nice stretch in my quadricep, my rectus femoris, my psoas. Nice stretch. Again, hold that as long as you want to. And then switching out, left leg is long. Roll onto that left hip and tuck your right foot over. Readjust so you're more balanced on your booty. You can just bring that knee up. Again, choices. Leg can be long. You can come down to one elbow or come on down both elbows. Use this left leg to cross over, or I like to lower down onto my block. And I'm sure you really flexible people are saying, this is so easy. And for me, it's just tight. So you can hold that for as long as you want to. Come on up. Move your block to your side. So a twist, you can keep your left leg long, cross your right leg over. You guys know this one. Your right foot stays flat on the floor, both sides of your booty are down. This is one option. Or you can bend this right leg. I'll show you. So it's over, your right foot is by, and left foot's by your right hip, and right foot's over. Again, both sides of your booty are on the mat. Bring your hand or your knee, elbow to your knee. Right hand comes behind and twist toward the right. Twist from your belly first. Belly. You don't have to really rinse it around. You can just do halfway is fine, or you can turn, look over your right shoulder. I like to hold the twist as far as I can, and I look over my right shoulder. I hold the twist and look over my left shoulder, and back. And then untwist, and switch out your legs. There's a funky disco move, we won't do it. So, right foot by left hip, cross your left foot over. Again, readjust, or you can keep that leg long, that works as well. Hand or elbow at your knee, sit up tall, and turn. Twist from your belly, belly first, twist. Maybe look over your left shoulder. If anything hurts, of course, don't do it. And right shoulder, holding the twist, left and right. And come out of that. All right, hands and knees. Hand stretches. Now, I only do these because I have tight thumbs, so I'll do this stretch. Take your left fingertips, turn them toward the left and then back toward your knee, and press your hand down. Maybe bend a little bit of your elbow, maybe lean back, and hold that as long as you want to. And then you'll do your right hand, so turning your right hand to the right, and then toward your knees. Sorry. Maybe bend your elbow. Some people like to take both hands and move them back toward their knees at once and stretch sometimes and rock. I'll curl my fingers and come back flat and curl and come back flat, up to you. If it's comfortable to sit on your heels, have a seat. If not, get that blanket or a beach towel or whatever. You can tuck it behind your knees. It's just resting on your feet, folded under, and sit back. If it hurts to sit on your feet, maybe it doesn't hurt your knees, but it hurts your feet, you can take a blanket and roll it to whatever degree and put it underneath your feet. Let it support your ankles. Whatever you want. Really, I'm just working on a hand stretch though. So bring the tops of your hands to your mat. All of your fingers, your thumb press down, and lean back to stretch the fronts of, or the tops of your hands. Again, hold it as long as you want to, or as little. Come into that first row of knuckles and just give it a little press. Then shake it out. Staying on the tops of your feet. Bring your hands behind you. Maybe raise one knee up, maybe the other knee. I go for both to stretch the front of those legs. Again, if it hurts the front, don't do. Just stretch. And then come down. Tuck your left toes under, your right toes under. So tucking them under. Again, you're going to be on your knees, so if it hurts, put a towel or something behind your knees and come to sit on those curled toes. You can pull your pinky toes out. So this is uncomfortable if you don't do it a lot. It's my daily thing. If you wanted, while you're sitting here, it's something else to do. You can bring your left hand and your right hand and stretch. I don't have a strap near me right now, but if you had a strap, you could hold one in your right hand and left and pull it. You can just use your shirt. But stretch while you're hanging out. And then maybe switch right hand and left again. And hanging out. And then undo. I also like to take my left arm across and give it a little tug and pull back with my shoulder to feel a nice stretch across the top of my traps. A little bit of my deltoids, a little stretch, and switch that out. So you're giving a pull and pushing your shoulder back. And I like to do eagle arms. So stacking right elbow over left. And if this gets crazy, you can just give yourself a hug, lift your elbows right over left. You can put your back of your hands together or move your right hand forward over to the right and do your fingers together. Lift your elbows up Press out with your hands and your elbows and push your shoulders back. Eagle arms. And stretches across through your rhomboids, top of your back a little bit. And then unwrap and switch it out. So now it'll be left elbow over right. Bend your elbows. Backs of your hands, well, of course you can hug. Backs of your hands, or wrap it around. Lift up, press your elbows out. Your back goes the opposite direction, and a nice stretch. And unwrap. The last thing I do is a squat. So I think I'm going to cut my head off if I stand up. So I'm going to stand up. So feet are wide. And lower down into a squat. Oof, it's a little tough on this squishy mat. Hold up. Hard. Okay. Moving the mat. So feet are about hip distance, a little more. You can have your feet forward or out to the right. I'm laughing because the camera is too low. And lower down. Press your elbows into your knees. Or you can just hang out. Sometimes I'll get my phone and I'll look through what's going on social media while I hang out. You can clear the gates of your toes. Energy gets stuck in there. You can clear those out. Kind of just pinch between your toes. Into your hands. Lots of stuff you can hang out. I'll set a timer. My goal is 3 minutes. Then press into your feet. Come up to stand. Keep a little bend to your knees. Right hand to left elbow. Left hand to right elbow, and hang forward, ragdoll pose. Let your head hang, and maybe sway side to side, maybe not if it makes you dizzy. Then bring your hands to your thighs, tuck your tailbone, and curl your back as you come up to stand. And I won't come all the way up because I'm going to lose my head. So that is what I do every day, pretty much.